Hey guys, today we're going to be going over the Kuat Envy 2.0 bike rack here on our 2021 BMW X5. So the Envy 2.0 is definitely going to be a premium bike rack option. It's going to look very nice on the back of your vehicle here. Now a couple different things. Number one, and part of the reason why it stands out so much is going to be the finish. The finish, it just looks really nice. Now in regards to the number of bikes you can carry, right now it's set up as a 2-bike rack. But there's also a 2-bike add-on you can add as well to carry up to 4 bikes. So another great feature about our Kuat bike rack is it has a built-in tilt-away feature. Now essentially what this does is it allows us to get into the hatch of our vehicle here without removing the bike rack. We'll simply pull this lever here, tilt it back, it'll stop automatically, and then we can get into the hatch of our vehicle. So the Envy is going to be a wheel mount bike rack. So it's going to be great for any of our bikes that have a carbon fiber frame, such as we see here, because you're not actually supposed to use a frame hook on the carbon fiber. It could damage it. However, there is one thing that you want to check for before you purchase a wheel mount bike rack, and that's to make sure you don't have any fenders. It will not work with any bikes that have fenders. But as long as you're within the weight capacity and you don't have fenders, the Envy 2.0 is going to be an excellent option. So in regards to weight capacity, it is going to be 60 pounds per bike. So we'll even be able to carry some electric bikes, assuming they're under that 60-pound mark. So in regards to tire size, we're going to have plenty of different options. If we have any fat bikes, we're going to be able to use those as long as the tires do not exceed 4.8 inches. So we can accommodate the larger fat tire bikes, but as you can see here, there's going to be a channel at the bottom. So we can definitely carry these skinny road tire bikes as well. It's going to drop nicely in there, fit nice and snug. So in order to get our bikes on and off the rack, it's super simple. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the rear. We're going to remove this wheel strap. We simply press in on that gray button there, so then we can pull it out, and we'll set our strap aside. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a hold of the top tube on our bike here, because we're going to remove the frame hook. We need to make sure that we have a hold of our bike, because if we don't and we remove the frame hook, it could fall into our vehicle and cause damage. So we'll simply press this button here, lift it up, fold it down, and now we're ready to take our bike off. So we have a couple measurements for you here. The first one we're going to take is from the bumper to the outer edge of our bike rack here, just letting you know the overall length of your setup. And that's going to be right at about 35 inches. And now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the stowed feature, which is essentially how we're going to be driving around town if we don't have our bikes installed. We still want to keep our rack on the vehicle. Simply pull that lever there and fold it up till it locks into place. So now we're also going to give you another measurement here from the hatch or the bumper, whatever you want to call it, to the outermost part of our bike rack. So this will be useful if we're going to be parking our vehicle in a garage and we want to leave the bike rack on. We want to make sure we can fit still. So we'll go ahead and give you that measurement now. That's going to be about 19 inches to the end of this handle here. And then one final measurement, just to give you an idea of the ground clearance. That's going to be about 20.5 inches to the bottom of the shank. So another great feature about the 2.0 is we have an integrated bike stand. So let's say we're out on the trails and our bike breaks down. We don't want to call it a day. We're just going to head back to our vehicle here and make some repairs. And we're going to have a nice little built-in stand that will allow us to easily make those repairs. Simply flip that lever out. We can pull up to the side. Now we'll lock it in place. Now we have our stand ready. We'll simply loosen the clamps there, drop our bike in, and then lock it into place. And now we can make our repairs as needed. So the Envy 2.0 is a premium bike rack option, as we mentioned. And with this premium status, we're going to get things such as integrated locks for not only the bikes but also the hitch. So here's the integrated locks for our bike. It's pretty simple. Take it out, wrap it around our bikes, then secure it back there. What's great is the key for this lock is going to be the same key we have at the hitch, which we can take a look at now. So we see down here we have a locking hitch pin, which is going to lock our rack to the vehicle. We also have that cable lock that we just showed you, which locks our bike to the rack. So another great feature of the 2.0 is that we have a no tool design. meaning we don't have to worry about carrying any wrenches or sockets with us. To be able to attach the rack to our vehicle, we have this little tensioning knob here. We can loosen it up, or we can tighten it. So what this does when we really crank that down is, it also draws the shank inside to the receiver tube. It sort of pins it in there, so we're not going to have as much rattle and movement. So now let's go ahead and take a ride over to our test course so we can see how our bike rack performs.
This is our test course. Let's start with the slalom. This shows side-to-side action, such as turning corners or evasive maneuvering. Then, onto our alternating speed bumps. This shows twisting action, such as hitting curbs, potholes, road debris, or even uneven pavement. Last of all, the solid speed bumps. This shows up and down action, such as driving through a parking lot or parking garage, or driving in and out of a driveway.
So in regards to weight, this 2-bike version here, it is going to come in at about 50 pounds, which is still manageable for one person to get on and off the vehicle by themselves. And that'll do it today for our look and installation of the Kuat Envy 2.0 bike rack here on our 2021 BMW X5.